Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible teaching snippet of the day. Let me start out by telling you guys I appreciate so much all of you who share my little Bible teaching snippets that I hop on Facebook and do. It's so good that people get to hear about the goodness of God and how good our Father is and the goodness of Jesus. My goal is to teach people that God is a good God and that His character and nature is always goodness. And if we would tell people that, they would want to get to know Him the way that we know Him and we continue to know Him. So anyway, yesterday on my snippet, I had my little JD on here, and he's all the girls are just crazy about him because he's so cute. Anyway, I enjoyed giving you the testimony about the little boy. But at the end of it, I told you I wanted to go into some more healing scriptures and mine out some stuff about Jesus and the way that He healed people. Today I'm going to go over to the account of where Jesus heals a Gentile woman's little girl. And I'm over in the account of Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 through 28. Now this is also recorded by Mark, and that's in chapter 7, verses 24 through 30. And I'm not going to do a line-by-line teaching like I did on my last teaching of Jesus healing the kid that had the epileptic demonic spirit. But I do want to mine out something today. So here we go. I'm going to read out of my Amplified Bible Classic Edition. And now this is not just your regular Amplified Bible that you see in bookstores now. It's the Classic Edition. So here we go, guys. I'm in verse 21 of Matthew chapter 15. And going away from there, Jesus withdrew to the district of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman who was a Canaanite from the district came out, and with a loud, troublesome, urgent cry begged, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is miserably and distressingly and cruelly possessed by a demon." But He, being Jesus, did not answer her a word. His disciples came and implored Him and said, "Send her away, for she is crying out after us." And Jesus answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt, worshiping Jesus, and kept praying, "Lord, help me." And Jesus answered, "It is not right and proper to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." And she said, "Yes, Lord, even the little pups eat the crumbs that fall from their little young master's table." And Jesus answered her, "O woman, great is your faith. Be it done for you as you have wished." Your daughter was cured from that very moment. Okay, well, her daughter was cured from that very moment. So Jesus, did you notice He didn't even go to her house? He didn't speak healing over her or anything. He just made a decree, "Your daughter is healed." That is awesome. Did you know that's really all that we have to do? If we can get into the same faith level, belief level that Jesus has. Remember, I told you in our last teaching that Jesus said all, A-L-L, all things are possible to the one who believes. So if I can, or us, if we can get to where Jesus was at, we don't even have to lay hands on people. We don't have to pray for them. We don't have to go see them. We can make a godly decree and it will happen. But what I want to teach about on this particular teaching snippet out of here, if you'll notice, again, this woman knew without a doubt that her daughter had an unclean spirit. In fact, in the account of Mark chapter 7, verses 24 and 30, Mark calls it an unclean, defiled spirit. But here, Matthew records it as a demon. So what we find here are that unclean spirits are demonic. I want to keep going down because the part that I want to show you is in verse 26. And Jesus answered the woman and said, "It is not right or proper to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." You know, I've told you in the past that I've sat through a lot of different teachings in a lot of different churches. And this right here is so mistaught. I have heard so many teachers and preachers teach that Jesus talked horrible to this woman and called her a dog. I want to point something out to you. Jesus did not call this woman a dog, okay? One of the versions I was reading, I believe it's the Kenneth Weist of the Expanded New Testament, he called it the little pet puppies. It was a very, very endearing term that Jesus used with her. He was not insulting her and talking down to her. What Jesus was saying is that he was sent to the house of Israel. The house of Israel is Abraham's bloodline. These are the covenant people, the people that God was in covenant with. And the Messiah, Jesus, the Son of God, was sent to those people first with the message that the kingdom of God had now come to earth through Jesus. Okay? I'm going to take you over to John, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, and I'm going to read in verse 10 and 11, and I'm just in my King James Bible, okay? I'm just going to add this in. Here we go. And Jesus was in the world, and the world was made by him, being Jesus, and the world knew him not. Verse 11. And Jesus came into his own, what he created, and his own people received him not. Now, I want to tell you this. This is a great day to learn some things. What this verse actually says is that Jesus came to the very world that he created himself, but his people, the Jewish people, did not know him and did not receive him. They did not accept him. A lot of times we read that incorrectly and we think that he came to his own world and the whole world didn't receive him. And actually in the real Greek there it says that he created the world and that world did not recognize him when he got here, but his people, his bloodline, the Abrahamic people, rejected Jesus. All right, now I'm through with that. But this is what he was talking about. He was sent to his own people first, to the lost sheep of Israel. And once he ministered to them, then the gospel of the kingdom of God could be opened up to the rest of the world. I want to talk a little bit more about this little dogs thing because I want to teach you something about this. Over in Matthew chapter 7 verses 6, and I'm going to read it. It says, "Do not give holy things to the dogs. Do not throw your pearls before the pigs or the swine." Okay. That word dog right there is a completely different Greek word. And that word does mean to people who are, well, the dog there means a scavenger. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's owned by anybody. It's a scavenger. And one version of it calls it a hound. And basically they were considered impure like the pigs, okay? So that's a different Greek word. Now I want to take you over to Philippians chapter 3 verse 2 where the word dog is used again. And it says, "Watch out and beware of those who do evil, for those are like dogs." Okay, that is the same word as in the Matthew 7 that I just showed you. And that means a scavenger as well, something that can't be trusted, something that might hurt you if you got too close to it. But this particular account of the Syrophoenician woman wanting healing for her little girl, that was a very, very enduring term. It meant that it was a house pet, someone that the child loved very dearly. And here's the key. I'm going to wrap it up for you. Jesus told her that he was supposed to only go to the children of Israel. And the lady says, "Yeah, but did you know that even those children love us enough that they will give us some of their scraps off the table? And you, Jesus, I will take your scraps because it's enough to heal my baby girl." God bless you guys, and I'll see you again right here on Facebook. Bye-bye.